How do clinical trials for lupus biologics progress? Clinical trials for lupus biologics are a vital part of developing new treatments for this complex autoimmune disease. These trials follow a structured process to ensure safety and effectiveness. First, researchers identify promising biologic agents, which are typically proteins or antibodies designed to target specific parts of the immune system involved in lupus. Before human trials, these drugs undergo extensive laboratory testing to assess their safety and biological activity. Once a biologic shows potential, it enters the clinical trial phases. The first phase involves a small group of participants to evaluate safety, dosage, and side effects. Researchers closely monitor participants for adverse reactions and gather initial data on how the drug behaves in the body. This phase usually lasts several months and helps determine the appropriate dose for further testing. The second phase expands the participant pool to include more people with lupus. The goal here is to assess the biologic's effectiveness in reducing disease activity and to further evaluate safety. Researchers look for improvements in symptoms such as joint pain, skin rashes, and organ involvement, while also monitoring for any side effects. This phase can last from several months to a few years, depending on the results. If the biologic shows promise in the second phase, it moves into the third phase. This involves even larger groups of participants, often across multiple centers. The focus is on confirming the drug's effectiveness, comparing it to existing treatments, and continuing safety assessments. Data collected during this phase are critical for regulatory approval and often involve detailed analysis of how the biologic impacts quality of life and disease progression. Throughout these phases, researchers adhere to strict guidelines set by health authorities to ensure ethical standards and participant safety. Data from all phases are compiled into comprehensive reports for regulatory agencies, such as the Food and Drug Administration or the European Medicines Agency. These agencies review the evidence to decide whether the biologic can be approved for widespread use. It is important to note that not all biologics progress through every phase successfully. Many candidates are discontinued if safety concerns arise or if they do not demonstrate sufficient benefit. This rigorous process helps ensure that only safe and effective treatments reach patients. Advances in lupus biologic research are ongoing, with new therapies continually being tested. The goal is to develop targeted treatments that can better control lupus symptoms, reduce organ damage, and improve quality of life. Patients interested in participating in clinical trials should consult their healthcare providers and look for trials registered with reputable organizations. Always remember, medical progress depends on careful, evidence-based research and the commitment to patient safety.